One Focus Radio.
Welcome to the show, it's Dyer's Daily. Keeping in the know, it's Dyer's Daily. We've got chat, we've got discussion, nice and slow, ain't no rushing, reading emails and events. Sometimes he makes no sense. It's time to start the show, it's Dyer's Daily. He'll be there in a mo, it's Dyer's Daily. We've got plays, we've got interviews, even stuff that's in the news. Local and otherwise, come and try it on for size, it's Dyer's Daily.
Merry Christmas to you. It's Christmas Eve, the 24th of December 2018. We're nearly to the big day, so today we're talking about all sorts of different things, just trying to get through today's show talking about Christmassy stuff and other things. But before that, let's have this promo from another podcast that is out there. Right, I think I've got it queued up. I've been so busy wrapping presents and things that just need to do this. Ready? Okay, so take it away.
When it comes to women's healthcare, too often we face limited options and doctors who just don't get it.
I feel at times that I know more than some of the providers I see.
Lady Parts is a new podcast that takes a wide view on women's health. We'll talk about the latest drugs on the market.
Something that is very low risk, but which isn't treating the disease, is just trying to reduce symptoms.
And alternative ways of understanding our bodies.
Women have more yin energy and men have more yang energy. And so that's why it's more common, like for men, to have strokes, have heart attacks. Women are more prone to stuff like fibromyalgia and autoimmune and stuff that's more deficiency related.
We'll also talk policy, where the healthcare system supports us and where it lets us down hard. Nothing is too gross.
I don't want to describe this because some people who like to eat liver might not eat liver after, but I can recall like clumps of blood clots just coming out of me.
And we'll have some fun, too. So that means women can have more sex.
You're not going to deplete your essence.
Listen to Lady Parts with me, Andrea Maraskin, coming October 21st, wherever you get your podcasts.
Dyer's Daily.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. But I have to say I'm stirring because I'm rather excited for Christmas Day this year because, I don't know, every year I say, no, it's going to be boring, I'm going to get swept up and it's all going to be kind of same old, but then I get swept up, but in a different way. I get kind of festive cheer. I hear music, sort of like Christmassy music on the radio. We see stuff on the television, all these kind of festive things, people that I don't normally speak to coming up and going Merry Christmas to you and sending me cards and all sorts of things. So I'm certainly not a Scrooge, although I like to think sometimes I am, but I'm not. Yeah, so it's Christmas Eve, and I like to think that I have some kind of intelligence to know that if you're listening to this, then you're not listening to it on Christmas Eve in this particular year, because everybody is so busy this time of year. Everybody kind of gets swept up with stuff, and you just find yourself getting busy. I know people who have wrapped their presents on Christmas Eve because they're just so busy elsewhere with parties and different events and work and stuff that just all goes into one. As you can tell, I am finding it really difficult to be restrained in any way, because this time of year just brings it out in me. I just feel so excited, so positive, so there. And you kind of hope, I know they sometimes say you get like January blues, like it goes into January and it kind of goes down a notch. It does, but it's kind of like you've got to ride the crest of the wave right there. You've got to ride it and go, right, that was amazing. Let's keep going and see where we land. And hopefully by January, I shall be able to keep that. But we will see in January, won't we? Because we've got plenty of time together, you and I. We're going to be doing this show into January, and I'd like to say actually thank you very much for the support. I've been getting a nice little listenership over the last month or so. So let's keep it going, and hoping that people enjoy what it is I do. I like to think that I'm sitting here talking to you, having a conversation. What are you doing for Christmas? Are you ready yet? And if you're listening after Christmas, were you ready on Christmas Eve? Well, if the answer was yes, well done to you. If the answer is no, oh well, it happens to us all. It's what happens, isn't it? So, I didn't know what to do on this Christmas Eve edition of Dyer's Daily, because how can I express Christmas cheer without going out and buying some jingle bells or adding sound effects or anything like that? Because majority of you are going to be listening after the fact, aren't you? So it's kind of outdated. So how can I make it so that it's seasonal but not seasonal? Well, let me tell you this, right? So I've just said to you that it's like having a conversation with you. We're sat at a table right now having a conversation. It's me leading the conversation in this. You can lead it next time if you want. Get your own podcast if you like. And think about that scenario and imagine me wearing a Santa hat and, and all sorts of like Christmassy jumpers and, just Christmas gear, bright Christmas gear. Imagine behind us there is a load of baubles and Christmas lights and the Christmas tree is all lit up. If you're listening on Christmas Eve in this particular year, or any year in fact, because I know people like to catch up with it, you've got a long way to go if you're catching up with this show. So if you are listening on Christmas Eve of this year or any year, then picture that in your mind. If you're not, just think about just in normal clothes, just normal every day. It's July. Wow, it's sunny outside. It's November. Nearly fireworks night. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. Yes, lots of hearts around the place. There we go. I hope that's timeless. If it isn't, then you can let us know. Do contact us, by the way. I shall give you the details in about a minute and a half or so. What are we watching on TV this year? I always look through the TV book and see what's coming up. In fact, I was going to do that, and then I realised, oh, wait a minute, by the time I do it, it's that timeless thing again. I try and be in the moment, but also later on, it's kind of it's out of date. You don't want to listen to that. That's kind of the way that it goes. It's always weird. So what are we watching on Christmas TV? I mean, certainly tomorrow on Christmas Day, it's Mrs. Brown's Boys again. I'm not really sure whether that show is good or we just laugh because it's tradition now. It's just been going on for so long, nearly like 8 years or something. That's a long time for a comedy TV show, and they've only been doing like seasonal specials for like the last 4 or 5 years or something, literally one show a year, and yet it still feels a little bit tired, but I watch it nonetheless because it is tradition. Do you have any Christmas TV watching traditions in your household? Well, I do. When I'm putting up the decorations, I tend to watch a Jack Benny episode, usually a Christmas-themed one. At New Year, we will watch a specific episode, which I'll tell you about in a future edition of the show. We also try and watch at least one Christmas film as well, but I haven't managed to do that so far. So maybe later today or tomorrow, maybe even Boxing Day. Is that too late for a Christmas film? I'm not sure. I'm sure, like me, you've got lots of things on your mind. So, dear listener, I am going to let you get on with your day. But thank you very much for listening to this edition of Dyer's Daily. Please remember to rate, comment and subscribe on your favourite podcast provider. Email us dyersdaily@southwavesaudio.co.uk, or you can tweet us at JamieDyer89 on Twitter and let us know. But from me, if you don't see me tomorrow or hear from me tomorrow, then please please take my Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I shall see you on another edition of Dyer's Daily.